Hi everyone, welcome back to Phone a Friend News with the Ambassadors of Gaming. I am one of your two hosts, Ambassador Chris or Agent Goostapho, if you go by my gamer tag.
And I am Ambassador Michael.
And actually, I know we've been away for a little while. I don't think we had a very big one. Did we do one last week, Michael? I don't even remember.
Well, we did. It
Okay.
was small though.
Yeah, we did a small one. There wasn't really much going on, but there is some really good stuff going on right now. At least today, we only have four articles, but each of them has interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have three cool things and one kind of bad egg.
Yeah, one
So,
really bad thing.
yeah. So why don't we start with the bad egg?
All right. Well, the bad thing is the Division put out its update. It was
The one
all
with the
the
supposed raid or whatever they want to
yeah
call it, the incursion.
the incursion, and everything was all fine and dandy until somebody was like,
Except for a few.
"Hey, I was just playing the Division, and then I got kicked. I go back, and my character's just gone. Like it just no longer exists." I'm
Gone.
like, well, that's pretty fucking terrible. Like, that's not good. And so they
So,
started this whole thread on Reddit, and Ubisoft's looking into it, try to figure it out. It's specifically for Xbox so far. Nobody on PS4 or PC has reported it yet. So it's weird how it's just specifically Xbox, but the hardwares do run differently. But it's not good.
see, the thing is, I just started working on my second Destiny character lately.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've owned Destiny since since about like 2 or 3 months into House of Wolves.
Yeah.
I got Destiny. So for people that only play with one character, especially in the Division, because the Division there's no difference from character to character. There's no real reason aside from just redoing the gameplay over and over again
Yeah.
to make a second character. So, and I haven't even. I know I always bitch at Mike that we wanted to get it on Xbox One, but in this case, I'm glad to be on the other side of on the flip side of that coin.
Yeah.
I haven't checked, but I don't need to check because, like I just said, we're on PS4. I'm losing it. I'm sorry, um, but I don't know if they've released any information on it exactly. I did they release any information? Like, did the actual whoever made it, Ubisoft? Yeah.
Yeah, they. What I had read is they were looking into it. They put out a hot fix, I think, today because there were some bugs they were just fixing real quick that were easy. They said it's not gonna be in the one that came out today, but they are looking into it and they're gonna get to updating it as fast as possible. So, and I don't know what you're supposed to do until then. I guess replay the whole fucking game and just start from scratch, which sucks.
Also, off note, I'm going to discuss another thing with Mike that Mike and I did not discuss beforehand.
Okay.
So, a little surprise at the end. It's not really much of a surprise, but
Okay.
it's something. Um, this picture they've got up, and I don't know if Mike will put a link in the description. This picture they've got up is pretty funny. It's the cover of the Division with like those three guys, but one in the middle is whited out. Like
Yeah,
he's like
they just
out.
photoshopped him out. It's so good.
It's pretty good for the it's pretty good for the joke. But hopefully this can be fixed. My opinion is that it probably won't. Most if something's deleted, if something's like gone, I don't think you'll have access to it.
Yeah, no, it's gone. Like
I'm
you're
pretty sure it's
toast.
done.
It
Dude,
sucks,
that
but you're
that
done.
that'd be a glitch that'd make me put the game down forever. Like I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I just got through this whole game, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh well, oops, we had a bug, but hey, you can do it again." Be like, "Nope, I'm
nah,
not doing."
I'm good. I'm gonna take your game and sell it.
Yeah.
It sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, nobody's perfect. Fuck ups happen, and it is a really low number of people. It's only 50. At the time that Kotaku posted this, there were only 50 people on the Reddit post. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Like, you're fucked. I'm sorry. There's nothing you can do about it.
Sorry about that. My girlfriend's playing Bayonetta in the background, and I heard music, so I turned and looked.
I'm
It's a good game.
trying to look here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a small few. It's a very small few. And my guess is it's something like an in-game queue. If you're not exactly sure how game progression works, um, games put up flags, basically in-game flags that are indicators to what's been done and what hasn't been done, and it allows you to progress. The way I watched in a video is in Ocarina of Time. Um, every time you would go in, every time you'd go into Castle Town in Ocarina of Time, there would be two flags that would go up. There would be whether you were young Link or adult Link, that was one flag, and whether it was day or night. So you walk in as adult Link at nighttime, those flags are going to raise and put you in the ruined version of um, Castle Town at night. And what I think is that maybe there's some, because now that games are way more intricate, there's like thousands upon thousands of different flags. It could be even a combination at which something was done. Maybe these 50 people, because it's a very small amount, so it could just, most likely it was like something where a flag went wrong, or a patch of code didn't go through right, or wasn't completed properly with these flag systems. Um, but at least that's what I think. I'm really sorry for those people that lost their character. That would definitely make me put the game down.
I'm glad we're talking for so long because I'm going through this right now. So you on?
Oh,
Oh fuck!
I didn't mean to babble.
No, you're good. There's a lot now. There's probably
A lot.
like 80 at least.
I mean, still, for the entire population of the division, that's still very small. My
But
phone fell.
but that's only 80 people that are reporting it too.
I can't reach it, Mike.
That's a bummer. Do you really need your phone right now?
Eh, I got
Oh
it.
my goodness.
I'm burping as I reach for it.
Very good.
That was weird. Okay, so we're gonna move on
hopefully
from
they'll
that.
fix that. Anyways,
Rest in peace, characters that got deleted. It was well before your time.
I was
I'm
thinking about
sorry.
this guy I used to play with, and anytime somebody would die, they'd be like, "Oh fuck, I'm dead," and he'd go, "Rip."
Oh yeah,
Rip.
rip.
I was just thinking of that. All those division characters. Rip.
You know what that makes me think of? I know I've told you this story a bunch of times, but I don't think I've told the viewers. Um, so when I was in my younger years, um, when what was the game? I think when it was in Black Ops. Yeah, when Black Ops was new. Um, me and a buddy of mine were playing hardcore search and destroy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know if I got the game quite right, but it doesn't matter. And if you know anything about the way Call of Duty Online works with in-game chat, if you are dead in Search and Destroy, you are in a separate chat room from the people that are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
So it is. So he's like one of, I think, two people left on our team, which are just hiding. They're like camped out.
Yeah.
They're hiding, and there's no movement whatsoever for like a solid 30 seconds. So he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go out." Or he doesn't say that because I can't hear him. So he takes like a few steps out and gets sniped instantly, like instantaneously, so fast. And so he's put into the chat room, and the first thing I hear as soon as he's in the chat room is "shitballs."
Oh yeah. The best part is that's because as soon as they die, they get put into it. So whatever they say when they die is the first thing
Yeah,
you
you
hear.
hear it. You hear
It's so good.
It was so good. It's just shitballs, and I just start cracking up.
One
It was
more,
really good.
one more thing before you move on, because I just thought about it. I was playing the division with Justin a little while back, and we killed this guy because he kept going rogue, and he was just being a dick. He was just sitting on top of a building and just murdered like 10 of us in a row. Like he was just going crazy. Or not this guy. I'm sorry, different guy. Anyways, these guys we killed. They came back, started shooting us again, so we killed them again, and I took their shit. And what it's the same thing in the Division. When you kill somebody in the dark zone, they can talk to you. And so I picked up his shit, and he goes, I hope you fucking like it. It's a piece of garbage, just like you. And I was like, wow, great comeback, bro. Like, so stupid. Like, you shot me.
Yeah, like don't play that game. You
Fuck
started
you.
it. You started. I was just playing Smash with my girlfriend before we were recording this. Um, and in on the stage, it was the stage of Hyrule Castle from the N64 Smash, that you got from like DLC.
Hmm.
Um, and I was playing as Mario, and I had the energy sword, and I was just in the middle of that map. And every time someone came up to me, I'd hit him with the sword. I was on a spree. I was just knocking everyone left and right. And I killed her, I think, once or twice. And she was like, "Can you just leave me alone?" And I'm like, "No, don't come at me in the middle of the match. I'm in the middle of the map. Like, if you come toward me, I'm going to hit you away."
Oh yeah.
That's a crock of poop,
Yeah.
let me tell you. Okay, so we're gonna move on now that we're done babbling and telling stupid stories.
Hmm.
Okay, so Windows 10 anniversary update. Where's this from? This is from digitalspy.com, and it's titled Windows 10 Anniversary Update is bringing Syria like Cortana and background music to Xbox One. I don't know if I mean, I assume I'm one of the odd ones out because I go all Mac because I'm not a PC gamer. Oh man, my head's itchy. Um, but I assume most of you have Windows 10 because it is pretty nice. It's just like Windows 7 with just kind of a new paint job and a few new features.
Mm.
Um, but so basically, Cortana is kind of like it's Microsoft Siri,
Mm.
essentially. I haven't used it much. Um, they make it sound like those things are a necessity. So did Apple. Apple made it sound like it was this necessity. Like you're gonna rely on your personal assistant for everything. Like
Probably not. I mean,
not even close.
I
I
used to
don't even use
connect. I used to connect a lot because I'm fucking
that.
lazy.
That's not a personal assistant. That's just a voice command system. They
Yeah.
advertise it as if you've got Jarvis from the
Yeah.
Iron Man suit like in your pocket. It's not how it works.
Yeah.
Uh, as far as I know, it works well. I tested it when I first got Windows 10. I asked it like how the weather was or
Little
stupid stuff.
bullshit. Yeah.
But yeah, a little BS. It seems to work fine, but that's coming to Xbox One. Um, and so is background music. Finally, no
Yeah.
one wants to use Snap. No one wants to use
Yeah. No,
Snap.
Snap sucks for music. It sucks.
Yeah. The idea for Snap is cool for like using it like for parties and stuff. I
Hmm.
think it's actually a really cool thing how I can if someone say if Mike for some reason like he always does gets kicked out of the party because his internet sucks.
Yeah.
Um, I can quick snap with just a few button presses without even saying it. I can just hit home and then hit snap and my screen stays in game, but it'll bring up that sidebar menu to re-invite him to the party. Um, it's really cool, but the annoying thing is, in order to use music, you need to have Snap open. And when
Yeah.
Snap is open, it shrinks your screen down. It's
Yeah.
like a window on your
Yeah.
screen.
And we don't have Gondo TVs, so
And it's like a solid like 20%, like
yeah,
15
it's
to
like
20%, yeah, of a
yeah.
TV screen. So it's a significant amount, and no one wants that unless you have like a gigantic TV. Then it
Exactly.
probably
Then
won't
it's
matter too
fine.
much to you. Um, but so that's cool. And then, of course, little stability updates, a universal store for Windows 10 and Xbox, probably for just a few things, not for everything, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, one of the cool things that I saw advertised when this update was announced forever ago, when they were first just like touching on it,
Hmm.
um, what I think would be a really cool idea is if third-party developers use Cortana for themselves. Like it's really cool. Like say
Hmm.
you're playing Destiny and you're like, "Hey, what's my progress on the Blighted Worlds quest?" Like
Yeah, it could.
stuff like that. And it's fully capable of doing that. That's what they advertise. They're like, we're giving these Cortana kits so that developers can use them in their games. And if they're, I would love to see that because other than that, Cortana on the console really isn't going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah,
It really won't.
I
Aside
mean,
from asking it what your game score is or something.
it's like the DualShock 4 with the speaker and the controller. Like, very few games take advantage of it. Dual
Same thing with
the
the touch.
Yeah, same thing with the touchpad. The Division uses the
The speak.
the
So
speaker. Zombie
Isaac
uses the
talks.
speaker. I was playing Zombie earlier.
Zombie.
The Wii U game Zombie U. They ported it over to
Oh,
Xbox and PlayStation. It's free this month on PlayStation. It's really good.
it's
Um,
called Zombie.
it's just called Zombie now, but on Wii U it was called Zombie U.
Okay.
But yeah, and it uses the speaker too. But it's a good idea. It's just like usually they just don't want to put the time into it because it's not worth it for them. It's like it's a bells and whistle thing. You know what I mean? It's like it'd
Yeah.
be cool, but is it really gonna affect the way people play our game? Not really. Do we really give a shit? No. So it's up to
It'd be a
them.
cool feature. I, I I feel like a lot of developers won't really take advantage of it, and in that way, it kind of sucks. And Microsoft can't force them to.
No.
Um, but it would be really cool if they did. I would love to
Mhm.
ask just silly questions like that would be so helpful in huge games like Witcher.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, just being able to ask different things to help you go along. At least that's what I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, one other thing on the developer side, the dev mode. You didn't talk about the
oh
dev
yeah, I
mode.
completely I forgot about dev mode. You can go ahead and say that. I've been talking for too long anyway.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, with that update, basically, they're adding this programming feature that if you don't know, when a company's making a game, they ask for a developer kit, and basically they send them an Xbox that's specifically meant for you to build games on. It like doesn't connect to the internet, I don't think, or anything like that. It's just purely to check how your game runs and how it plays and make sure everything's working. But they're implementing that software now into every Xbox. So anybody can like test games out on an Xbox. Hopefully that doesn't mean anybody can just put games on Xbox. You know what I mean, like on the Xbox store, because that would be pretty
Yeah.
garbagey. We'd end up with a shit ton of really fucking awful games. Um, but I am curious to see how that goes because I feel like since they're doing this, maybe there will be a way somebody will be able to upload. You know what I mean? Like they make a game, they upload it to some ROM site or something like that. Xbox ROMs. Let's just call it Xbox ROMs. They upload it there. You can download it and then play it on your Xbox. And you're like, this game isn't bad. It's like Steam. When you play Steam
I
has a
know, I
lot of
understand what
shitty
you're saying.
stuff. Yeah, but maybe some people are gonna probably create a lot of shit. But for every all the crappy games, there's gonna be some really good ones in there. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Honestly, I'm probably more excited about that than I am about Cortana. And I really like Cortana.
Um, I a lot of issues that people have. The biggest issue that people have is that Siri is independent of an engine. It has its own engine and then searches whatever your default and then uses whatever your default search engine is
Mm-hmm.
on set on your phone or tablet that has Siri.
Mm-hmm.
Cortana has to use Bing, and for people that use Chrome and other people who the reality is there's really not a huge difference, but people have their preferences.
Yeah, people are like Bing fucking sucks. I'm like Bing's not terrible.
Bing is
It's
not
not my
terrible, but at the
preferred, but
same
it's not
time,
terrible.
yeah, you'd rather use Google.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's one of those things where it's like, hey, just ask Cortana. Nah, dude, let me go to Google. Like,
Nah, I just want to go to Google.
nah, let me go to Google.
It's funny.
Um, but aside from that, I'm biggest thing I'm looking forward to is the background music because I cannot tell you how many times Mike remembers this when we played Zombies on the 360, like when Black Ops was new, the first Black Ops game, and you'd play like either what would we listen to? A Day to Remember,
Yeah, probably.
a day to remember. Some like really good zombie playing music, like that
Yeah,
high tense kind of music, and it was just so fun. It made you feel like a badass. Part of the French.
it does.
Okay,
So
so
we're all done
we
with
will go ahead and
Xbox.
move on.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to the tasty morsels here, and by tasty I mean rumors. Um, so like everything ever, there's more rumors about Nintendo's mystery console, the NX. Some new ones, which is interesting because the last one we got was this phony baloney controller somebody 3D printed. Um,
Phony baloney.
it was just ridiculous.
That's so stupid.
It
That's so
was
stupid. Don't say that ever again. You'll make me crack
it was
up.
terrible.
Phony baloney.
Anyways, so I'm gonna read this from the article. This is from Nintendo Life. So the latest rumors are that there's gonna be Wii U remasters or maybe ports of like their popular games from the Wii U over to the NX. Specifically, Super Mario Maker, Splatoon, and Smash. Um, it's said that they're all in development for NX, and apparently, they're also trying to get, or they're not trying to. They're probably going to put the new Zelda Wii U on the NX so that it'll release like Twilight Princess did. Let's see here. There's more rumors about how it is in comparison to the consoles we have now
It's a
for
lot of up and down.
graphics. Yeah, it's hearsay, a lot of it, but the important thing is these games specifically because they're good games. Like people that don't even own Wii U's look at them and they're like, "These are good games. I want to play this game. I just don't want to buy a fucking Wii U."
Yeah,
And I can't necessarily say I blame them. It's not that it's a bad system. It's like it's nearing the end of its life cycle. Like I don't want to buy a $200, $300 system that I'm barely gonna play when I could just play all this shit when the NX comes out. You know.
exactly. Um. So yeah, some people are saying it's going to be fast. People are going to say it's going to be slow. Um, my big thing here, and I was talking with Mike about this before the video, is that it wasn't just the gamepad that kind of did the Wii U in. Um, the Wii U was, I mean, yeah, we had the original Wii had online, but it was like regional online. It wasn't all that good. Um, and so Wii U was supposed to be like the okay, we're getting into it now. Like this is where consoles have online, and and of course we compared it to the Xbox One and the PS4. Um, Wii U Online is extremely unsophisticated. It is
That's not great.
it's awful. It is absolutely awful.
Sorry,
Um,
Nintendo.
yeah, I'm not trying to. I have all the respect for Nintendo for trying their innovation and stuff, but I learned also that third-party developers got really frustrated because that was one of the reasons that did them in was that they're like, we want these games to run like they do on the other consoles, and we can't do it with the way your online is, and they're just kind of like tough, like the console's here, that's its online, you got to deal with it. Like let me go ahead. Smash. We'll go with Smash because Smash is the best example.
Yeah.
Um, if you're unfamiliar with how an online system, with how online works, when you're in a real-time game match, like a game like Call of Duty or Crucible and Destiny or anything that involves multiple people playing at once,
Mm-hmm.
um, they will. I'm not telling you, Mike. This, Mike. You know this, but
Oh,
I'm
I know.
telling the. Um, let's say in Smash we have four players. Okay, the game is going to choose the person with the best connection to be the host, and the other three players will all link to them. The communication from console to console on the online is garbage. It is it is
It is.
just it is awful. I can't even come up with a good enough word. It basically makes four-player online Smash unplayable.
Yeah. It's pretty awful. I've never had a good
Here,
experience
let me
with
jump off this. Here, let me hang on. I can't see my camera. Here, let me jump off this platform.
it. It's just laggy as hell.
Yeah, the only way I can play it is on For Glory, and even then, it's really laggy.
Hmm.
Um, and with games like that being coded so simple because it's a 2D,
Hmm.
you would think like it'd be so easy, but it's just how it is. Just developers get really frustrated with the sophisticated of we use online. I think that's going to be a huge. If the online is good, it's going to be a huge turning point here,
Yeah.
despite for these titles and everything, because then you'll get games like that people will want to play and they won't be like BS versions. Like if you ever played World at War on the Nintendo Wii,
It's just not good.
it's awful. The graphics are terrible, and you use the Wiimote to like aim your gun. It's awful.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's really
EA already said they're very interested in developing for the NX, and they're one of the people that were like, "Fuck the Wii U. We're not even gonna bother with it. We're not making any games for the Wii U." So it looks like it could be a good sign for it. I just hope they don't
after
fuck up the messaging.
after 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 everything Nintendo has done in the past like 20 years for gaming, I'm willing to try like every one of their consoles.
Uh, I mean,
Like
that's fair enough, but when it comes to the business aspect, they can't afford to fuck up as bad as they did with the Wii U. Like when it comes to
no,
profits, they just can't afford that.
they've been hovering on their 3DS revenue. But then
Yeah,
again, they have so much money saved up. They could do nothing for like what is it, 50 years and still have money to spare.
yeah, but you have to think that they've spent a lot of money developing the Wii U. They're spending a lot of money developing the NX, and if I have to be honest, they're probably working on a new handheld too. So
I don't think they are.
I wouldn't put it out of the wheel. It depends. It depends on how the NX goes. If the NX is the new handheld, then you know what I mean. If the controller's the new handheld, then there's no point.
Well,
So
they already said that support for 3DS would continue through the lifespan of the NX. They already announced it.
eh. Maybe the
Because
3DS is the fucking NX controller. That's what somebody theorized. I was like, it's not a terrible idea.
it's not awful. It's really not. But they'd probably require a new 3DS
Yeah,
just
that's
because
what
it
I'm
has those
saying. Yeah,
extra buttons on the circle pad or in the C stick.
yeah,
And I don't have one of those. I have the NES edition
yeah.
3DS XL. Um, but like I said, it's all up to that. I really think internet is going to be a huge deal here
Yeah.
because even the Wii U has 1080p. Like it is capable of rendering some nice games. Still not as good as Xbox One or PS4, but it can still put really good looking games out there. Um, and if the online was good, that would definitely reach out to more developers to develop,
Yeah,
as
exactly.
developers do. Um, okay, so now that all that is done, now it's time for the really good stuff.
Your favorite.
The really good stuff. Okay, Titanfall 2. Um, if you're not familiar with Titanfall, you should be ashamed of yourself now. If if you're not familiar with Titanfall, if I remember correctly, Call of Duty Ghosts came out just a few weeks before the Xbox One did.
Hmm.
So everyone bought it for the 360. They're like, well, am I going to buy this new console, or am I going to get this game, or am I going to wait 2 weeks? And they're like, so they just bought it then, and they're like, other games will come out for the Xbox One. So this was kind of the next gen shooter stopgap, kind of
Hmm.
the okay until Call of Duty at the time, which was going to be Advanced Warfare. Until the next Call of Duty comes out, we're going to give you this shooter, and I expected it to be awful, just because it was like it was just something to tide you over, a shooter to tide you over until Call of Duty. It's amazing.
Hmm.
It's so fun. It
It's
is really fun.
it's interesting because I kind of feel like when EA made Titanfall, they were like, "Well, Activision's got Call of Duty. Why don't we have something that we can sell like Call of Duty?" Like, and then they're like, Xbox is like, "Dude, we need some console exclusives. You want to make a game for us?" And they're like, "Fuck yeah, we do." Now we can make this game we wanted to try out, see how it does.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's good.
The motion, if you like Black Ops 3, the motion, the flow motion of Black Ops 3, the wall running, all of that was inspired from Titanfall.
Yeah, exactly.
All of that was on Titanfall. Um, it is really good. The motion is even better. The maps, unlike Call of Duty, the maps are much taller, and there's no real definition on where you can't go.
Hmm.
Um, if you can climb, which is really easy from jumping from building to building, if the buildings are close, you can get on top of like a six-story building
Hmm.
and snipe, as ridiculous as that is. And of course, there are the Titans, which are these big mech battle suits. Not battle suits, they're robots
Yeah.
that you pilot and essentially just makes you a giant or a Titan.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, um, it's really fun. It definitely it has the potential to be like a Call of Duty competitor.
Yeah.
But considering there's only one game and it came out what, like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
um, because it came out right when the Xbox One came out, so I think that's even later. That's like two and a half
Third,
years.
yeah, 2013, I think. Fall of 2013 is
Yeah,
when
so
these
two and a half
systems
to
came out.
3 years ago. That
Yeah.
is That's a long time. So people hadn't, everyone was obsessed with the Call of Duties and the Halos and the Destinies. And now that it's coming back, this definitely has the potential to be like a really cool franchise.
Hmm.
Like really like a competitor to Halo and Call of Duty. Um, so um, basically they're gonna reveal Titanfall 2. Um, Still same thing, first person shooter. What this article says is think Call of Duty meets Halo and Destiny. Um,
Which, to be fair, came out before Destiny.
it did come out before Destiny.
Um, but what was I gonna say? Oh, I think the advantage it has over Call of Duty is they have the chance to make a solid story. Each game follows a story and it makes fucking sense. Instead of Call of Duty being, well, we're in this universe, now we're in this universe, now we're in this universe. None of
Well,
these
that
have
was
any
because
fucking
Call of
correlation
Duty
with
was
each other.
produced by multiple studios.
Yeah, I know.
Can't forget it was
Oh, I
produced
know.
by what Infinity Ward, um, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer at
Sledgehammer,
one point.
High Moon.
Um, High Moon, yeah, like there were Activision was whoring out Call of Duty,
Yeah, they
something
would.
fierce, to the point where most people actually chose a side. They either liked the World at War Black Ops games or the Modern Warfare games.
Mm.
Uh, Me personally, I'm a Black Ops man.
Yeah, I like Black Ops better personally. I think the story for Modern Warfare was better.
The story for Modern Warfare was pretty good, but I think
Yeah.
the story for Black Ops was good too. But we're veering off.
Mm.
Um, so essentially, they're just going to add on stuff like Titans now can use swords, which is pretty badass.
Yeah.
Um, and also something that this game desperately needed. If you haven't played Titanfall, the campaign, it was a multiplayer playlist. All of the campaign missions were like this. It was essentially just whatever normal game it was with basically people talking in the background. It wasn't
Mm.
really anything special. But the thing was, no one was able to play it because it put you in a random match. It would put you in a random one you couldn't play in order. So
Yeah.
no one knows the story really.
No one gives a
Uh,
shit.
no, yeah, it was one of those things. It's like I'm not about to just wait here and hope it puts me in the first mission.
Yeah, and then I have to sit here and play through every fucking mission because if I don't, it's gonna take me forever to get back into the last mission I left off at. So like, it just wasn't worth their time. That's why a lot of people didn't do it.
But they say that this time it's going to have uh, just um, a full offline story, or not offline, a full like
Campaign.
what's the word I'm looking for? Campaign, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna have a
Um,
campaign.
you'll most likely be able to play with friends.
Most likely.
Um, you know what I think would be really refreshing for a story?
Hmm.
I love the aspect people make. Excuse me.
Recording a little
Uh,
late today.
yeah, sorry. Um, is the aspect of each story is different from each game. Like they're all in the same universe, but I love when characters change, when like the plots change. I think
Hmm.
it's really cool and refreshing where you see one huge story, but from a bunch of different parts, a
Oh
bunch
yeah,
of
yeah,
different aspects. I think that's really awesome.
yeah. Because then you give a shit about like everybody in the universe.
Yeah, and maybe every once in a while you'll see someone that you played as or played with in another game like come in as like maybe a character like out of the blue like, "Hey, I'm just coming in here to check up on you," or whatever.
Yeah,
Like it's stuff like that. People get excited over that stuff. People get excited over
yeah.
story connections. Um, but I guess I'm just a little tired of the of linear story.
Eh, it depends. If they're gonna do that, I would prefer it be that style in one game where you're telling one story but from different perspectives during the whole story. So the story makes sense, but it's from different perspectives, so you get everything that's going on. I would rather
Yeah.
it be that way because I don't mind, but like Black Ops 1 and 2 versus Black Ops 3, like it's just a totally different, like it doesn't fucking matter. Like your character is just a blank slate. And I don't like the whole character creation thing, like this is you. I'm like, I don't want this shit. If I wanted to do this, I would write my own story. I would prefer you to go, this is this character, this is the world, this is how they are, this is how they act, this is how they
Hmm.
feel. Because then it gives them some depth. Otherwise, they're just like, as far as I'm concerned, they're just a pile of clay. You know what I mean? Like they don't.
I mean, some people like that. Some people like that feeling of being part of the story, of making the character themselves.
Yeah. Well,
Some people
that's
like that
that's
aspect.
fine with like Fallout and Witcher, but like Call of Duty had no dialogue choices. You know what I mean? Like it was, no matter how you built your character, how you played, it was the same story all the way through to the end. So there was no like, nothing you did mattered to change the story.
Yeah.
So that that's how I take it though. That's just me.
Okay.
But I'm
Well,
done.
we'll leave this topic here with just letting you know that the teaser for Titanfall 2 is out.
Hmm.
So go ahead and give that a check. And now I'm going to talk with Mike about something that I don't think he's played yet. We're going to talk about the Destiny update.
Okay.
Um, I asked him to download it yesterday. I'm pretty confident that he did not.
I did.
You did? Did you
I
play it?
did download it. I did try it for a little bit this morning, and I just was not having it. I'm not. I wasn't doing it. I was too tired. I just didn't care.
Well, they added some cool updates for one, the armor light level thing. I'm so glad now that I can get a piece of armor and just upgrade a piece of armor straight to that light level. As opposed to if I got a 320 piece of armor and my armor right now is 310, I would absorb it and I'd go up to 316 instead of 320.
Mm.
Now it goes to whatever the light level of that absorbed gear is, which is really cool. I got my yesterday I was 315, and at the end of the day I was 318.
Mm.
So that's pretty cool. I played some Prison of Elders. Um, they give you a new strike and some missions, which I was surprised,
Mm.
and a few small quests. There's a Taken sword now.
Oh,
It's
that's
just a
pretty
void
cool.
sword that they
Yeah.
reskinned.
That's a. I mean, that's
There,
basically what most of the shit is. It's just a reskin of everything.
there's new, there's some new armor, some new aspects to armor. Um, I like Destiny. I just get sick of it every now and then. That's all. I play it for a little while, don't play it. Play it a little while, don't play it. Um, Mike's leaning toward the end of not playing right now. He's been in the division a lot.
It's. I played it and I was like, it's more Destiny. I don't want to do it. Like it's cool. Like I think I've taken a new approach to Destiny. If I'm gonna play Destiny, and I'm just gonna play for the story shit. I'm gonna play the raids, and then I'm gonna say fuck this shit. I'm not gonna worry about weapons. I'm not gonna worry about getting a max light because I don't give a shit. I don't want to do
Yeah.
that. I'm just tired of the grinding to get shit, and it just takes forever, and you don't get anything. I do want to say something because you haven't checked out the division update, have you?
I have not yet, no.
So when they put in the incursion, you know how when you go to the when you went to the map, you could see the incursion was coming in the update.
Yeah.
There's another incursion that's gonna come out in a free update. I'm pretty
Oh,
excited.
seriously?
Yeah, they're gonna put out a second like raid. To be fair, I did play it earlier, and that shit is hard. It's like
How many people are in it? How
four,
many people playing?
four.
Four?
Yeah, it's
Is it
it's hard.
matchmaking? No.
Yeah, you can have matchmaking in it. You can have matchmaking in it. It's the first one. The one that they have out now, Falcon Lost, is basically you have to fight. You know those military vehicles that are armored
Sure.
and they have like a turret on top of them.
Sure.
It's that. You got to destroy that, but you have to do it by planting C4 on it, and then detonating the C4. But the armored truck is surrounded by turrets, like the turrets in the last mission, and there's like 25 to 30 enemies, and there's 15 waves of those enemies.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And the truck, it shoots at you. And when it shoots at you, it's like a one-hit fucking kill. Like, you get hit, you're fucking dead. That's it. You're just done. It's not even like you get hit, you get downed. It's you get hit and you're just straight dead. Like, there is no crawling for help. You're just done.
You're annihilated right
Yeah.
then and there.
It's not easy. And that's just hard. That's not even challenging. Challenging, I've heard, is level 34 enemies, but don't quote me on it. I might be wrong. It might just be 32 enemies. It's crazy. It's really hard. It's fun though, and you do. And with the new update, you get rewarded so good. It's ridiculous. It's so, like imagine if you
Yeah,
played
supposedly it
Destiny.
drops high end out the wazoo. Is what
Imagine if
Mike's been telling.
every time you play Destiny and you know how you have to kill, like when you kill, there's named NPCs in Destiny 2, like fuck, the Shadow guy, the guy imprisoned in the Dreadnought, that guy, I forget what his name is, the Dark Blade.
A la cool, the Dark
Yeah,
Blade.
the Dark Blade. Like imagine if every time you killed him you got an exotic. How fucking awesome that would be. And that's pretty much what happens in the Division now. Like every time you kill an NPC like that, that's 30 or higher, you could just get a high end piece of gear. It's fucking amazing. Like it's so good. To be fair though, now they've incorporated a light level system. It's called Gear Score, and basically it's the same shit. It takes the average of everything you have, and
Yeah.
but that doesn't directly affect your stats like it does in Destiny. All it does is determine. It's basically like your key for the incursions. It's like you're not ready for this because your gear isn't good enough.
Mm.
Like you can have any set of gear you want with perks or whatever, but like high end gear gives you 162, I think, at a minimum score. So if you have all high end gear at a minimum, you're 162. And the maximum you can get, I think, is 214. I think was the highest I've seen so far. So that 214 is a significant jump if you go into the incursion at 214, because the recommended is 160. The minimum is 140. So you could probably go in there and kick some ass. But I did want to talk about that since we were talking about the Division one. I did play the Destiny one, and it's more or less the same. I like a lot of the shit they did. I don't care. Like when they put out
Mike's
new
all about
content.
the Division. I'm all about Destiny. But
True.
I like them both, and so does Mike in his own way. But anyway, let us know what you thought about the articles we talked about, and even Destiny update, Division update, character lost. If your character is lost, tell us about it. We're here for
sorry.
you. We're here to help you through that loss.
Have you seen the cavern in the Division? It's the last safe house you go to. It's got a shrine in it. I'll just go there and I'll just weep for them in the Division.
Okay.
Rest in peace, all missing agents. I feel like they should add more missing agents. You know the missing agent little things, the intels? I feel like they should have to add more now because everybody's gone.
That's really dark.
It is pretty dark, but it's funny.
We're gonna leave now. On that note,
Okay,
let us know what you thought.
I'm done. You can keep going. Go on.
I don't like him anymore.
All
right. We'll see you in the next video. We'll see you next week. I'm Ambassador Chris.
I'm Ambassador Michael.
And we'll see you next time, okay? Bye.
Goodbye.